a few other topics before I come back to Chagos and wrap, because we've been going for a while.
Thank you, Matt. Just want to ask you about a comment you made earlier about that the ceasefire is still your goal, but you are supporting the incursion, ground incursion, to target a terrorist organization positions in the south, as you mentioned it. But what is needed to be achieved in the ground, so then the priority will be the ceasefire?
So I'm not going to offer an assessment today of where the operations that the government of Israel has launched, where they are going to go. We support them in these limited incursions to clear out Hezbollah infrastructure above and below ground, but ultimately we want to get to a diplomatic resolution. Yeah, no, I know, but it is a question about where it's going to go. Yeah. I'm not going to publicly. We are very much aware of the risk of, as I said, this beginning to look like previous incursions across the Lebanese border, and we're having conversations with the Israeli government about that. But I'm not going to get into it publicly.
Today, an Iranian official told Al Jazeera that the Iranian government passed messages to U.S. government via Qatar that they don't want a regional war, but they want you to contain, and I'm quoting here, the Israeli insanity in the region, and that their self-restraint is no longer required only of them, it should be mutual. Did you receive such messages?
So I rarely, and I'm not going to in this instance comment on messages that we have received or may have received from the Iranian government. I would note that the day after you launched 200 ballistic missiles at another state, or 2 days after you launched ballistic missiles at another state, it's hardly time to pat yourself on the back and show that you've exercised restraint. Iran very much has not exercised restraint. They escalated this conflict by launching a direct state-on-state attack to defend the terrorist organizations that they have sponsored in the region for years. We have made clear to Iran that we do not want a full-out regional conflict. We have made clear to Iran, going back a number of months, that they should not do anything to escalate this conflict. Unfortunately, they did.
My last question is, today the president said that nothing will happen today, as on Thursday, about the Israeli retaliation. Is that something based on assurances from Israel, or is just a guess?
I'm not going to speak to that any further.
Matt, just to follow